Good morning. I want to take you through kind of a weekend in my life. So here we are. I'm kind of half put together and sleepy. So anyway, yeah, I usually teach Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday are kind of my days off, which I put in air quotes because while I'm in France, they are more actually days off. In Minnesota, we were very much baking, macaron pickup, social media, prepping days. Weekends are also when I do most of my editing for YouTube videos. I do a lot of my teaching prep, so I don't have a lot of true days off of doing nothing. Anyway, so I'm just gonna eat my breakfast. I use I'm making. This is pretty normal breakfast for me. Some form of granola, cereal, oatmeal, fruit, something. I usually start my day probably as I should not, with a lot of work. I have my sketchbook, my calendar, because I need to physically write things down. And this is my favorite planner to use. As you can see, I like to physically cross off everything that I've done. So I go through a lot of Sharpies. I also review all of my teaching notes for the day. I usually just take notes for the first couple times I meet a student, and then I'm pretty good at remembering things. I also have many Google Docs with all of the information I need for lessons and student notes and things. But again, I like writing by hand. So while I'm eating breakfast is usually while I'm reviewing my schedule for the day and preparing for my first lessons. And I kind of eat breakfast while I get ready from the waist up, and then it's usually not until midday that I put on real pants. So I'm just gonna quickly show you. I'm not gonna show you my teaching because also I'm not gonna show my students or my teaching, but that would be very boring for you to watch. So I am gonna show you some of the teaching prep that I do so you can imagine what I'm doing throughout my day. And today is a very short teaching day for me. I'm gonna do a little bit more filming and maybe make some macarons and adventuring. So I will take you along with me after I eat breakfast and get started on my teaching prep. I especially teach a lot of reading classes to children in elementary school and middle school. And so a lot of my teaching prep involves creating PowerPoints with reading material, vocabulary lists, comprehension questions, and then also creating study guides to use in class and give to my students as homework. Again, really targeting vocabulary and comprehension for someone who is learning English. So yeah, that's what I do. Okay, it is now Friday mid-morning-ish, after early afternoon, and I'm done with my teaching stuff. I've done a little bit of my teaching prep, so I want to get out and kind of stretch my legs a little bit, and I have a couple ingredients I want to get for some baking projects. I have one thing in specific that I want to buy at a store that I don't know the name of. I went in once and I was like, I'll remember where this is. Don't know. So I'm gonna go wander around and try to find that for my next batch of macarons. I also think that the farmer's market thing is happening today, so I'm hoping to find some good fresh fruits for another baking project I want to do. So we're gonna go out and wander a little bit. Hopefully I'll show you some nice vibes of the city. It's looking a touch cloudy at the moment, so here's to hoping that the sun comes out a little bit. So yeah, let's go do that, and then hopefully find success, come back here, do a little baking, and see where the afternoon takes us. Okay, honestly, that was such a good haul. I got some stuff for some macarons and for the mousse I'm making. And I found the store where this was, so it was hiding. I got some fruits. I also found a lot of tea that I'm very excited about. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm back home. I have all of this crap everywhere from my success in shopping, and I am going to just whip up some lunch. I am going to make a sandwich with this baguette I got and some random things in my fridge. And usually when I'm having a meal break or really easy teaching prep or starting to go on to macarons, I like to just watch random things on Netflix. So yeah, I'm going to take a mini lunch break, and then after that I'm going to get into my baking adventure. So before I get into baking and after I eat, I'm going to need to clean up my kitchen. I'm going to change out of this dress. I like to bake in just leggings and a t-shirt or something, and so I'm going to change and then I will tie up my hair so this is not everywhere. And then I'm gonna clean my kitchen, like clean dishes, floor, countertops, everything, because I just try to be as absolutely sanitary as possible when I'm cooking in my own kitchen, especially for things I'm gonna share with other people. So eat, change, clean, and then baking time. But let's make lunch. Okay, I am all ready to bake here. My kitchen is clean. I have my recipe and my design ready to go. And yeah, I'm gonna jump into this. I'm not gonna show you because this is gonna be a whole separate video. So stay tuned for that. Filming something like this afternoon, I did not have great glasses to put that mousse in, but I just got done filming this and I needed to have all of this space like clear. So in my place back in Minneapolis and here, my like furniture and everything ends up in really weird places. So as you can see here, I like that everything is very movable, and then all of my regular stuff is just like hiding. And usually my laptop can be found with TV shows somewhere in my kitchen. I don't know why. I never use TVs, so that is something weird. And I'm always scared I'm going to pour sugar or something onto my laptop. So far, so good. So I'm gonna put a pause on the baking for today. I'm very sleepy, so instead of showing you more baking, I am going to show you a little bit of some of the upcoming flavors I have and kind of how I got from place to place in my brain. When I first got to France, the first macs I made were just with a chocolate ganache, mostly to test my oven and to make something very simple. So I got these two different dark and milk chocolate. So I have some of this left, and I was in a store shopping for something else, and I found one of my favorite smells, tonka beans, which are actually illegal in the United States for very stupid reasons, but France has different laws, so here they are, and I'm very excited. So I'm going to use up the rest of these chocolates to make a tonka ganache, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Then, while I was out, I have gone to many bakeries here, and I keep seeing things. This is ginormous, but I keep seeing things. Rose praline rose, and it's really sticky, and it's like an almond and then kind of like a candied like praline outside. So very sweet, very nutty, and it's not something you commonly see in the US, at least not in Minnesota. So I was like, okay, I want to turn that into a macaron, but because it's a whole almond on the inside and then it's like very sticky candy on the outside, it would be really hard to put into a macaron either on the outside, or if you put on the inside, you're gonna break your tooth or something. And I don't have a food processor or anything to like grind them up. So I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and then I saw this store that has a praline rose spread. So it's like an almond butter, but with crushed up pieces of the praline rose. So I'm like so excited. I think I'm gonna mix this into a buttercream. I'm like genuinely very excited about this. So now that that's all explained, I'm going to make some coffee and dive into this, because when you're tired, you should eat more sugar, right? Is what you should do? I thought so. So let's do that. So it's about 4 in the afternoon. I'm just leaving my Airbnb and I'm gonna go for a walk for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. And then I'll go back home and work on dinner and finish up any other lesson prep YouTube things that I started earlier that I didn't get to finish. So let's go. So my Airbnb is like just back there, and this stretch is like the perfect walk. I can get there in like 20 minutes to the other side of this like sidewalk and back. So it's perfect for the middle of the day. So I come down here all the time, and it is always beautiful, no matter what the weather. But right now, there are lots of youths here. Okay, that's a wrap on Friday. I am going to eat my dinner and then I'm going to hibernate in my bed and read a book for the rest of the evening. So I will see you bright and early tomorrow. On Saturdays, I really like to wake up and go for a walk. One time I accidentally got there in perfect timing to see the sunrise, so I'm hoping that I can catch that on film tomorrow. So see you then. Good morning! So it is Saturday morning. I'm just barely awake. I'm going to go out and sit by the lake and try to catch the sunrise over the mountains, go for a little walk and get some coffee. It is cold, so I'm all bundled up this morning. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so unfortunately it's really cloudy, so the sunrise was still nice but not as gorgeous as I have seen other days, so maybe I'll try again another day and post it on Instagram. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab some coffee and then go home and make breakfast and get ready for a day of adventures. So let's go. So I just finished the recipe I was working on yesterday. Excuse the still lack of makeup and real clothes look I have going on here because it's a baking day. So it went really well. And just again, to show you and demonstrate the difference between what you see in my YouTube videos and what the rest of the kitchen looks like while I'm prepping. While I am baking, I usually clean up everything as I go. If you are in my kitchen, it will look pretty neat most of the time, but when I get to like taking pictures, it's just chaos. Like there's prep, like mise en place everywhere. Yeah, so anyway, that's finished. This is going to be breakfast dessert. And I'm going to get some real clothes on and go on a tiny adventure. I'm going to go to a bookstore. I am starting to run out of books and I'm hoping to find a pastry magazine that I really like and maybe look for a book in English, I don't know. And then I have a couple other errands I have to do before going to meet my friend. So let's get ready. Okay, finally, I'm put together for the day. Let's go try to find some books or things to read and wander around a little bit before it's lunchtime. So far, not so good. I am striking out everywhere I go. So let's keep searching. Okay, back home again. Getting a book huge failure. I went to the larger bookstore that I found online, and I remember I've been there before last time I was here in Annecy, and they have like 2 shelves of English novels, and I had either read all of the books or like genuinely wasn't interested, and there were a couple that I might have gotten, but I'm pretty sure my friend Marie has them. So I think I will just borrow them from her. So yeah, they also didn't have any magazines, and I tried to go to a couple other places where I remembered there were bookstores. I found a manga bookstore, I found like DC Comics bookstore, I found a kids bookstore, and I found a magazine stand, but the magazine stand was all just like news and like fluff things. There were no pastry magazines. So still looking for that. The one thing that was a success, I needed more like makeup remover and chapstick, so found that. That was good. And now it's time for lunch. I am using the rest of the hard-boiled eggs I made this morning and other random vegetables and things I had in my fridge. And then one reason I love to bake with fruit at home is because then I just get to eat the leftovers. So this is my lunch, and then it will be probably more YouTube editing time until it's time for coffee with my friend. And I'm debating whether or not I should bring something to her home, because usually I bring macarons, but I didn't make macarons this week. So yeah, maybe I need to go find some pastries. So I'm just eating my lunch and minding my own business and staring out the window, and my neighbors are just having this nice little outdoor lunch, and I feel like a crazy stalker, but I'm not trying to be a crazy stalker. It's literally my direct line of sight. So let me show you, and then you can be stalkers too. Like I said, crazy stalker. Sorry. I'm sorry if any of you are seeing this video. I hope not. Usually I try to sit down and do a ton of editing all at once, so I'm not constantly doing little bits and pieces throughout the week. I feel like I have a better use of my time that way, and also I spend a ton of time organizing my videos. I have everything planned out by the month and by the year, and it is color coded depending on if it is a fully edited video, if I'm in the middle of doing it, if it's a holiday video, if it's a video for beginners, if it is just a regular tutorial, if it's a travel vlog. There are many colors. And then I also have a separate spreadsheet to show where I am at in the editing process, because I'm a crazy person. So yep, that's what it looks like when I say I'm editing videos. All right, super productive afternoon of editing for YouTube, and I'm about to head to my friend's house for the rest of the evening. Before I go though, usually I bring her macarons, but this week I didn't do any baking. I just made the mousse, which is super hard to transport. So I'm hoping to stop at a bakery on my way to see her to bring a treat for this evening. So one last adventure for today. Good morning, everyone. It's about 7 a.m. on Sunday. Usually my Sunday routine is to sleep until whenever I want, whenever I wake up naturally. I don't set an alarm. And here in France, for the last couple of weeks, I have been just walking to this super close local little bakery in the morning to get some croissants for breakfast and getting coffee, and then coming back, going and laying in bed and watching TV or reading a book or something until I am more awake. And it is amazing and I love this routine. So right now I'm gonna go get some croissants and coffee, come back, chill for a while, and then Sunday I usually try to have it be a relaxing / productive day. So that means I'm gonna spend several hours working on teaching prep for the week, and I'm gonna spend a couple hours doing YouTube stuff, and then usually I'll try to go for a walk, get some groceries, that kind of just prep before Monday and the chaos begins again. So let's go get some croissants. I'll show you bits and pieces. This day is not going to be as exciting as the last 2 days because nobody wants to see me sitting in bed working on my computer for 6 hours straight. So let's go. It is too early for anyone to be out. So this early on a Sunday, there's maybe some people jogging, but otherwise not. As you can see, there is no one out and about, but I promise you there will be a line at this bakery. So welcome to my very boring to watch Sunday afternoon. After breakfast, I just jumped right into editing mode for YouTube videos and content for my students and content for future students that I teach. So yeah, just a ton of computer work. As you can see, I'm in wearing computer glasses mode, many beverages, lots of coffee, lots of water, surrounded by notebooks. And that's a very typical Sunday for me. So because it is incredibly boring to watch, I'm going to leave this as the end of my video, and I just wanted to pop on and say thank you so much for watching this. I really honestly don't know what the reaction will be. I don't film a lot of things like this on my YouTube channel. I haven't so far. Even the more adventure kind of things I have done have been very much like food centric or travel centered, something like that. So I don't know. I had a ton of fun filming this and kind of bringing you all inside my world and getting a glimpse at what I actually do and not just what I put out on YouTube. And obviously I'll edit this a little bit, but it's still quite true to how I'm living my life. So again, thank you for coming along. If you like this style of vlog, if you want to see more about my day-to-day life or more inside my travel or what I do, that kind of thing, I would love to do that. I would love to show that, but only if there is an interest. I don't want to film all of my time and then be the only person who ever watches it. So again, thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you would like to see more of in the future. And I have pastry videos coming your way very soon. So if you are missing that, just wait a couple more days and I promise there'll be new recipes and macarons for you in the future. So again, thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!